All right, to this story, African Bank is set to acquire a majority stake in Ubank for 80 million rand. Ubank provides financial services to mining and rural communities. You'll remember earlier this year, the South African Reserve Bank placed Ubank under curatorship after the bank faced capital and governance challenges. I want to bring in African Bank CEO Kennedy Bungane on this one here. Kennedy, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. So, as I understand it, you are not buying Ubank as a legal entity, but taking on its assets and liabilities. What are you going to do with it?
Kevin, thank you for having us again. Really appreciate it. You're absolutely correct. We're not buying the legal entity that is Ubank. How we are buying a majority, well, all of its disclosed assets and liabilities and its people. What are we going to do with it? Well, Ubank fits in with our Accelerate Strategy 25 quite nicely. It enables us to scale up on our retail business. They come with just over 4.7 billion rands of retail deposits that are sticky, that are well priced, from very loyal customer base of mine workers throughout the country. They have a loan book that is nicely figured out and can be absorbed quite nicely into our much bigger loan book. And they have a network that reinforces our own national franchise, very much in line with our strategy of strengthening the core of our retail offering.
So now you have these clients from mining and rural communities. I mean, how are they going to fit into African Bank? I mean, that's just under 5 million clients, as I understand it.
They fit in quite nicely. We are in a journey as our strategy and vision of becoming a bank of the people, by the people, serving the people. These customers in villages and mining towns, in mines themselves, we don't have a presence there at the moment. And so we believe that our much more superior transactional product offering and bank-wide offering will really enhance the lives of these customers. We're planning on quite a rapid integration, moving their balance sheets onto ours and ensuring that they begin to benefit from our banking services in consumer banking.
Yeah, but Kennedy, before I let you go, I've got to throw this one to you. I'm wondering how African Bank is digesting this potential grey listing by the International Financial Action Task Force. South Africa has to demonstrate that we have all the mechanisms to, prevent money laundering by October, so it's a big one. How do you at African Bank see your role in this?
No, Devin, I'm glad you raised it. This is a very significant risk for the country, for the banking industry, and for our standing and role in both in the region and the world. We all have a responsibility here. Anyone with a bank account, please make sure that your KYC, your FICA is in good standing, because that is going to be helpful in proving to FATF that we actually know who our eventual beneficiaries are. At African Bank, we are doing all that we can to contribute to this effort. And that is why we're reaching out to all of our customers to make sure that they are up to date in terms of their KYC and FICA with us. There's a lot that the state has got to do as well with legislation in front of Parliament. We're all crossing our fingers, of course, that Parliament passes them quickly and that it gives us responsiveness in terms of the list of things that FATF authorities have asked of us, so that we can hopefully try and survive this real threat. The banking industry and its standing in South Africa and across the world is integral for this economy to recover, to grow, and create those necessary jobs and necessary fuel needed to address the many ills that we have in South Africa today.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens as we get to October. There's a race to try and meet those requirements. Thanks very much indeed. Kennedy Bungane is the Chief Executive Officer at Africa.